So, once you stop self-sabotaging, something surprising happens. You finally know what you need. You can feel it clearly in your body. You're not confused anymore. And then you open your mouth, and suddenly it comes out sounding like pressure, urgency, or an ultimatum. Or you freeze and say nothing at all. This is the moment most people don't talk about, because knowing your needs is one thing, sharing them without losing yourself or controlling someone else is another. Stay with me, because this video is about how to hold your needs cleanly so they don't turn into demands or disappear back into silence. And believe me, I'm one of you. I am currently always going through this. This is a practice. So let's get into what that practice is. If you watched the last video about stopping self-abandonment, you know this. Unmet needs don't disappear. They compound like interest. So when people finally do get clear about what they need, there's often a surge of energy behind it. So like relief, urgency, fear of being overlooked again. And that energy can accidentally turn into pushing for reassurance outside of themselves, seeking immediate answers, framing needs as rules, or bracing for rejection before anything even has been said. Especially for folks who grew up needing to stay flexible, agreeable, or low maintenance to belong. So like myself, this shows up a lot for LGBTQ plus and polyamorous folks, where inclusion can feel fragile and timing across multiple relationships really does matter. The issue isn't that your need is too much. It's that it hasn't been contained yet. Here's the key distinction most people miss. A need is totally about your internal world. A strategy is how you are trying to get that need outside of yourself. So let's give you some examples. Maybe the need is connection, and the strategy is text me back tonight. Like, if you don't, I won't feel connected, right? The need is consideration, and the strategy is you should have invited me directly. It's a lot of external needs on the outside. Maybe the need is reassurance. Strategy is I need you to tell me right now where this is going. Like, I need reassurance. I need, something certain. And when strategies get spoken before the nervous system is regulated, they land as pressure or just obscure, confusing, even when the need underneath is deeply valid. It's all valid. Your needs are so valid. This is where people either tighten their grip, right? They don't want to let go because it's really scary. Soften their truth. They kind of back away and partially say things, but not fully say what they actually need and what it looks like and what they can and cannot do, or retreat entirely. Like they're out to lunch. See ya. Like, I'm not going to speak to you. I can't even process this. And that's not clarity. That's fear running the conversation, and understandably so. That's not the problem. Compassion around our fear is so important. But let's just pause for a moment. Because if this is hitting you home, I want to have support. I want to give you support now, not later. You can download the free Confidence Toolkit that has helped many people identify needs versus strategies, really understand what's happening internally, regulate before you speak, even know what regulation feels like, and stop turning clarity into self-pressure. Really understanding like, oh, yes, this is relief. I can sit with this relief. And let's really understand what this need looks like and how I can stand up for it. Okay, so how to get that? Just go to raylifecoaching.com and click on the resource tab and scroll down. You'll see where you can put your email address. And that's what you'll get. You'll just get the free toolkit. It is 4 weeks of emails that will walk you through a process, a really simple process but I spread it out amongst four weeks so that you can really grasp it. And there you go. That's all you'll get. And while you're there, you could also sign up and join for my newsletter. This is a little more expensive. This is something that you'll get on a pretty much weekly basis. It'll go through these videos and give you a journal prompt. That's what I've been doing recently, is giving a journal prompt in every email, but also giving you some heads up on what I'm doing and how you can participate in it. And how you get involved in the newsletter is just scroll down to any of the pages on my website, raylifecoaching.com, and you'll see where you can sign up on the bottom. It'll say subscribe or newsletter. Okay, here's what changes everything. Let's go back to the work. Instead of asking, can you do this for me? You can start with, can I stay with myself if the answer is no? Yeah, I know. Sounds so simple, yet how does it land in your body? I'm just going to say it again, because when I say it, I go, oh, can I stay? What does stay with myself even look like if the answer is no? Yeah, that's not resignation. That's just really self-trust, right? Because what is stay, and also self-knowledge, because what does stay with yourself look like? How do you feel secure when someone has just told you, yeah, I can't meet that need? Or, yeah, the thing that you just told me is something I'm not wanting to be involved in. And that might mean something else, right, for you. So when you can hold your need without collapsing or demanding, you create space for honest information, right? Really hearing what the person has to offer you. And it might not be a yes or no, but it might give you way more clarity as to who has capacity, who doesn't, who can meet you halfway in this connection, and who you keep negotiating yourself for. Like, why do you keep on, not just why, but like, what have you gravitated to in the past? How do they show up? And yes, there's this other part of it. People might not give you answers, right? They might not say no. How do you know it's a no for you, right? And that's the other part, whole nother part. But that clarity is gold, especially in non-hierarchical or multi-partner dynamics or relationships that aren't approved upon in some way, shape, or form. Because the goal isn't to make people wrong. It's to stop making yourself smaller and wrong, right? Because that's really what happens, is we're putting ourselves in this place of we're either right or wrong. And if we don't allow ourselves to really just be on our own side, then we'll never know where anybody else is. In polyamorous or queer relationships, this work matters even more. You might be navigating different attachment styles across partners, different pacing needs, different interpretations of commitment, different interpretations of what polyamory is, or even queerness is. Cleanly holding a need lets you say, this matters to me, and I'm open to learning what's possible here. I'm open to learning what's possible here, having some curiosity without forcing alignment, rushing past all the steps, right, that you need to really care for you, not accepting without accepting breadcrumbs, or pretending flexibility means self-erasure. And I think that for me, as a anxious, preoccupied style person, more so than dismissive avoidant on the attachment style spectrum, is really crucial. Flexible. I'm not going to pretend my flexibility means self-erasure. I don't have to erase myself to be flexible. I need to know where that line is. And this is how you stop confusing adaptability with self-abandonment. Because we might pride ourselves on our flexibility. And you will know that if you keep on saying I'm flexible, I'm available, I'm more flexible than other people. Well, yeah, why is that? And how's that helping you? Because it might have helped you in the past, but might not be helping you in this way. So if you're realizing I can feel more, I can feel my needs now, but I don't know how to speak them cleanly, or I keep swinging between silence and urgency, and that could be a fearful avoidant kind of situation happening. That's possible. That's exactly what I support people with inside the Authenticity Blueprint. And another level of this work is the 7-week Confidence Coming Out program. We slow this work down. We practice it. We build the capacity to stay grounded during real conversations, not just after. And if you're polyamorous or in Connecticut or nearby, passing through, check the show notes to join my Connecticut Polyamorous Facebook group. It's a space for real pacing, real conversations, and community support while you practice this work. You don't need louder needs. You don't need better strategies. You need the capacity to hold what matters without losing yourself or controlling the outcome. Sounds really easy, but it is with practice. With practice, the practice is easy. And that's how clarity becomes connection. See you soon. Thank you for joining me.